as we get adjusted for our annual meeting, I'd like to welcome everybody to the January 27th, 2026 joint meeting. And our January meeting is always our annual meeting where we review the work of the prior year. And we're happy to have you with us this evening. I'm going to go ahead and pass this over to our clerk, who will give instructions on how participants can participate in this meeting and receive Spanish translation online. Thank you.
Members of the public, live interpretation of this entire meeting will be provided in Spanish. To access live interpretation services in Zoom, click the interpretation globe icon in your Zoom meeting and webinar controls and select the Spanish language. At this time, I would like my colleague, Zuli, to provide these instructions in Spanish, and the Spanish channel is starting now. Yes, recording.
La parte inferior de la pantalla y elijan la opción de español. Were you able to hear me?
Yes.
Ok. Bien, para accesar a los servicios de interpretación, tienen que escoger el icono del globo terráqueo que está en la parte inferior de la pantalla y elegir el idioma español. Si están conectados con un teléfono o en una tableta, hagan clic en los 3 puntos para ver más opciones y elijan la opción de español. Gracias.
Thank you.
Great, thank you. Would you like to call the roll?
All right. Vice Chair Blanco? Absent? Vice Chair Patton? Oh, here. Okay, I was like,
We put the microphone too close to my mouth.
Vice Chair Patton?
Here.
Commissioner Genero? Here. Commissioner Ali? Absent. Commissioner Bocanegra?
Bocanegra, here.
Present. Commissioner Chen?
Here.
Commissioner Klemner? Absent. Commissioner Ling?
Here.
Commissioner Bekitesh? Absent. Commissioner Yuan? Absent. And then Chair Rasmussen.
Here, thank you so much. So we've established a quorum. We will move on. I'll be looking for a motion to approve the agenda as distributed, or if anybody has any amendments, now would be the time to put those forward.
I'll make that motion.
All right, Commissioner Ginevra, thank you so much.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Ling. Appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, welcome. We've got some nice guests this evening. Thank you. Okay, so we'll go ahead. All those in favor of approving the agenda as distributed, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anyone who is opposed? And anyone who wishes to abstain? Okay, so the agenda is approved. Okay, next on the agenda is the approval of the meeting minutes, and we have two. We have our November 18th, 2025 meeting, as well as our December 16th, 2025 meeting. I will be looking for a motion to approve these with one addition that we need to add the motion makers for the December 16th meeting minutes. But other than that, is there any other? Well, first, I need a motion. Commissioner Bocanegra, second.
Second.
Commissioner Ling. Any discussion? Okay, so we'll approve those meeting minutes with that addition of the motion information. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? All those wishing to abstain? Okay, thank you for helping out with the meeting minutes. I know with Commissioner Huber leaving, so I appreciate Whitney. Thank you for doing that.
Hi, and I'm so sorry for the interruption, but would you mind assigning the interpreters to the Spanish channel again?
Will do.
Thank you so much.
Do you need a moment?
No.
Okay, perfect. Okay, next up is the 2026 2026 joint meeting schedule, which was included in the agenda packet. The meeting dates are, of course, our last Tuesday of the month, with the exception of the November and December meetings, which are moved up because of the holidays. I hope that everyone's had a chance to look at the dates. Did anybody was there any conflicts or any changes that need to be made?
Well, I was just wondering, how do we go about incorporating a special study session, for example?
So we can call a special meeting at any
Anytime,
time,
okay.
but this is just the schedule that will go up on the website to let the public know when we're meeting. And our system partners know when our normal monthly meetings are, so they can plan accordingly. So this doesn't need a vote, but I wanted to make sure that everyone was aware of it and had input before we implemented it.
I know I do have some conflicts because it's for my other committee. It's on the last, I think, Tuesday or the fourth Tuesday. So, but it's just a couple, so I think it should be fine.
And we can talk about that offline. I really appreciate all your service to the community, so I want to make sure we try and support you in whatever way we can do that. Okay, thank you so much. Has has Supervisor Noelia Corso joined us yet? No, okay. So at this time, I want to make the announcement that Supervisor Noelia Corso will now be the liaison for 2026. And the representative from her office is here tonight, and she tells us that the supervisor will be joining online to make a few comments. So we will hold that space for her when she gets here. I also wanted to let folks know that Supervisor Lisa Gaucher will be the representative for the JJCC, which this commission has a seat on. And this is a change. Prior to this, we had David Canepa as our liaison for this commission and Supervisor Noelia Corso for the JJCC. So a little bit of change. First time since I've joined the commission, and so at least for this body. Oh, great. Welcome, Supervisor Corso. Perfect timing. Let's go ahead and promote her. Oh, she's a.
Hello, hi everyone. Hope you're doing well. I wanted to say that I'm excited to be the official liaison for the JJDPC. And I know Ali Chan is there representing our office tonight. It's been a very long day, so I'm probably not going to speak for much more time. But I did want to share that as president of the board this year, I'm excited to work with you all. And I know that we have a study session pending, and wanted to briefly share that my team and I have been working on an agenda builder. We had our first study session of the year today, and we are going to be exploring the many topics that the board is interested in studying, and figuring out when is the best timing for those study sessions. And we will also be considering holding them separately from board meetings and maybe even in the evening. So we will be coordinating with your commission on next steps, and we're just working on getting more information from the county in terms of what other priorities we have on the agenda. I also wanted to share that, let's see. Yeah, I'm sorry, folks. I'm very tired, so I'm gonna stop there. But really excited to work with you all, and I look forward to hearing about your priorities and your work.
Thank you, Supervisor. We appreciate you attending, and what was my, okay, I'm sorry, there's some microphone issues. So we appreciate you being here. We look forward to working with you, and we are very much looking forward to the upcoming study session. Thank you so much, and welcome, Ally.
Thank you. Good evening.
Okay, so now we're going to move into the portion of the meeting for public comment for items that are not on the agenda. Do we have anybody in the room that would like to make a public comment? Anybody online that would like to make a public comment?
Please raise your hand at this time on Zoom. Seeing none?
Okay, I did receive one public comment, but it looks like it's related to the Prevention and Action Conference, so I'll go ahead and hold that. If I forget, somebody please remind me. Okay, thank you so much. All right, so moving now to item number 3, which is updates from our system partners. Ron Reyes could not be with us this evening, but he did send in his report for the month. So I'll go ahead and read his report into the record here. There was a total of 41 case assignments with 29 detentions. 11 of the detentions contained allegations of 707B offenses. We had 13 out of custody arraignments, and 3 petitions contained 707B allegations. They handled 9 sealing petitions. The Miranda hotline received 30 calls, and they consulted with all 30 callers. 28 that they spoke to, let me make sure I get this correct. We consulted with 30, 28 we spoke with prior to any police interrogations, and all 28 asserted their Miranda rights. 2 calls from Redwood City PD, and they called after they obtained a statement from youth. Redwood City PD has consistently tries to find ways to avoid compliance with the law. This is Ron Reyes's words. And I'm just reading it now for the first time. I'm quite shocked. The age breakdown, youth 18 years old, 0. Youth 16 to 17, 23. Youth 15 years old, 3. Youth 14 and under, 4. Thank you, Ron. So looks like we have some work to do. So I appreciate Ron for providing that information to us. And if anyone has any questions, I'm sure Ron will be available when he returns to answer them. Okay, next up is our district attorney, Nadia Hahn. Thank you so much for being here, Nadia.
Hi, everyone. Hope you're having a good evening. So I have the numbers for the filings for this last period since our last meeting on December 16th. So this will be for the period of December 17th through today's date. There were 19 felony filings, 14 misdemeanor filings for a total of 33, and 14 cases that were either rejected or returned to probation for informal supervision.
Thank you very much. Does anybody have any questions for our district attorney, Nadia Hahn? No? Thank you so much, Nadia.
Thank you.
Appreciate the report. All right. Next up is the probation department. We have several representatives here. We have the chief, John Keene. We have our superintendent, Yvonne Bustos, and our assistant chief, Monier Wade. Thank you all for being here. We appreciate it.
Can you hear me? Perfect. Good evening, everybody. I will be reporting for both juvenile services and institutions. We'll go ahead and start off with juvenile services. We have a total of 330 active cases. 21 of those are diversion, 96 are court, and 213 is supervision. We have 7 deputy probation officers at this time. We have active cases by race and ethnicity we have 14 Asian, 41 Black, 212 Hispanic Latino, 21 Native Hawaiian Pacific Islander, 27 white, and 15 all other or unknown, with a total of 330. Active case by gender, we have 75 female, 254 male, 1 non-binary, with a total of 330. Active cases by regions, North County has 78, Mid County has 85, South County 105, Coastal 21, and out of county 41, with a total of 330. Following are the numbers for institution for the month of December. Our current total population is 37. For the YSC, we have 25 males, 3 females, and 1 non-binary. And our SYTF program has 7 males and 1 female. Total number of bookings and releases. We had 8 bookings, 11 releases. For disposition status, we had 16 predisposition and 10 post-disposition, with a total of 26 for YSC. For SYTF, we had 0 predisposition, 8 post-disposition, with a total of 8. For race and ethnicity, for YSC, we had 16 Hispanic Latino and 10 all other or unknown, with a total of 26. For SYTF, we have 7 Hispanic Latino, 1 all other or unknown, with a total of 8. For gender, we have 0 female. We had 0 female for the YSC, 25 male, 1 non-binary, with a total of 26. For SYTF, we had 1 female, 7 male, 0 non-binary, with a total of 8. The average length of stay at the YSC was 32 days, and for electronic monitoring program EMP was 53 days. We had 12 youth on EMP, 4 EMP referrals, 1 CAM referral, 9 EMP successful completions, 1 CAM successful completion. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Does anybody have any questions for Superintendent Bustos? Yes. Okay,
To the chair.
Commissioner Blanco.
So, Yvonne, I think it's, what's this? So you mentioned the releases. So, there's a lot to learn about everything that has to do with probation, even with the role and responsibility of this commission. I am very curious about a lot, but right now, I'm really curious to learn a little bit more, and I don't expect this question to be answered right now, but hopefully in the future, regarding the releases, I'm curious to find out and learn what happens once our youth get released back into our community. I'm really concerned also about when they go back to school. I know that at the conference, we did have a workshop about supporting youth and throughout our school districts. But once they leave, what else? What does probation do? So maybe in the future, if we can get some sort of presentation, I'd really appreciate that information. Okay, thank you. Yeah, it's this.
Let's share this one because that. Okay. Any other questions for probation? Commissioner Bocanegra?
Just wanted to say that I had a youth that successfully completed probation and was discharged 18 years old. And thank you for the work that you all invested in him. And one more of our youth that has successfully completed all of the investments that probation as well as the community organizations have invested in them. So I just wanted to acknowledge that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Any other questions? Okay. I do need to bring up that I did receive, last night I received a text notifying me that one of the youth at the hall had been assaulted and brought to the hospital. So I wanted to make sure that I mentioned that here. I know that we have an agreement with probation to notify us of serious incidences, and one like this is serious on multiple fronts. I did speak with Mr. Wade, and he's assured me that we will be working together to ensure that we receive these notifications. So when I do get these calls, I know what's happening. So I just wanted to put that out there. So thank you.
Absolutely, Joanna. and by all means, I was there on Friday when this incident took place, and it was an extremely busy day. So by no means was this intentional, and that's definitely something that we'll definitely have on our radar moving forward.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You're welcome. Okay, then moving right along to, thank you very much for your report and for being here and your partnership. So I'm looking online. I do not see Sarah Notch. So we will move forward to Regina Moreno. Thank you so much for being here. This is BHRS, Regina Moreno. Thank you. We're unable to hear you. Are you able to unmute?
Okay. Can you hear me now? Yes. Good evening. Just some brief updates. I believe I had mentioned this before. I do want to thank probation for their support in a position that we have worked closely on in terms of the interview process with Superintendent Bustos and Deputy Chief Wade for an AOD case manager that has now been hired. Will be starting the onboarding on February 23rd. So we're all excited about that. And then we also have two clinicians that are in the process of being hired. And in the interim, we do have some temporary clinician assignments here at the YSC to offer services to the youth in the hall and then also in the community. So we are up and running in terms of having a full team by the end of March.
Thank you so much for that update. That's fantastic news. And thank you. I know that is not easy to recruit for those positions, to obtain the funding for those positions, and to put them through the process. So thank you for all of your efforts to ensure that we have mental health services for our incarcerated youth. Does anybody have any questions for Regina? Okay, Sinan, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you. All right, next up is Fresh Lifelines for Youth, and I see that with us tonight is Carlos Castaneda. Welcome, Carlos.
Hi everybody. How are you guys doing? I know Adriana's here too in person, so she can talk after me, but I'm the Stay Fly case manager, so I work with 18 to 25-year-olds. Currently we have 7 youth enrolled. I'm working to enroll 5 more, so I'm working with about 12 youth, 11 men, 1 woman. But I want to reach a caseload of 15, so I'm currently taking referrals, prioritizing probation referrals for the most part, but anyone in the community could refer a youth. They just have to be justice impacted or been in the hall or just been on probation. And if anyone has questions related to that, you guys can go ahead and ask me.
Thank you, Carlos, and thank you for your work. Does anybody have any questions? Mr. Castaneda with Fly? All right, so the floor is all yours. Come on up. Thank you.
Thank you, Carlos. Sorry I was late. So yes, Fresh Lifelines for Youth. We have 2 programs right now that are taking referrals. I am Adriana from the Reentry Program. We are currently hiring for 2 more case managers. I guess we're in demand. So a little mercy with that. We are taking referrals. We are getting to them as soon as we can. Just like Carlos had mentioned about Stay Fly, a little bit more catered to 18 and up, and reentry a little bit more catered for 18 and younger. We would like to implement, because we have in reentry a caseload of 20 and just me so far as a case manager, we will be implementing TSRs. TSRs stand for time-sensitive reports. I'm so glad probation's here, because we will be doing a little trial run. It's going to be a little report every 2 weeks, just to kind of tap in with probation officers, letting them know how the youth is doing in our program. It's a 9 to 12-month program, so trying to have different touch points with probation has been a little bit of a challenge, being that we're short a couple of case managers. So we will be implementing this new strategy pretty soon. We also understand if some probation officers don't want to partake in the communication, but it is a little bit more handy for our end to be able to constantly let probation officers know a little bit every 2 weeks. And as far as pro socials go, Fresh Lifelines for Youth, our leadership program took youth out to skate. It was awesome seeing at-risk youth just be kids. All of a sudden, they were, playing around. They weren't as serious and, cool. They were able to let their guard down a little bit. So as far as pro socials are going, we're doing really good, getting youth out there. Reentry, again, a lot of our pro socials have to do with food. It's been a lot of visits to Korean barbecues. They're getting to know us. They think it's cool. But we're teaching them everything from SEL, independent living skills, cooking. A lot of youth think that they can cook a certain way and we have to interrupt them. It's actually pretty useful at Korean barbecues. And other events are definitely coming down the pipeline, summer events, just making sure that we have parent permission and looking for safe yet interactive types of go-kart racing. They have all these ideas, but we have to be very careful with that, who they can engage with in the program. And yeah, those are our highlights.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I just had one clarifying question. When you said that you understand that not all probation officers want to participate, what did you mean by that?
I had asked a couple if they wanted the TSRs every 2 weeks, and they're like, no, it's okay. So it's understandable because it could be repetitive. It's going to be a form of communication every 2 weeks. And if they don't want to partake, that's okay. I can imagine they get emails all day long. So it's really kind of a tracker for us as well.
Okay, great. But the information will be made available, and if they need to go and see what the youth is doing, it'll be available for them. But they're kind of saying, you don't really have to, like, so I get it. Thank you so much for that
No
clarification.
problem.
Anybody have any questions? No? All right, we're going to be moving through this. Yes.
Oh,
Yes. Yes. I'm sorry. Thank you.
You
Chief.
know, yeah,
Welcome.
thank you. I appreciate you asking that clarifying question, and I'd like to invite our Fly folks, either through them directly or Melissa, to reach out to me, because this is the first that I'm hearing that information has been offered that we said we didn't need. So I'm really curious about that, and would like definitely to get a little bit more information about that. I think Mr. Wade is still in the room, but if not, certainly I'll be reaching out to Melissa to, trying to garner more information about that. But I do appreciate the clarifying statements that were made here tonight.
Through the chair. Happy New Year, Chief King. I just wanted to let you know that Andriana gave you a thumbs up.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Right. Thank you so much. All right. So with that, I'm just checking one last time to see if anybody else is online. I do not see anyone from County Office of Education, and John Fong is not joining us from Children and Family Services. So that is it for our updates and system reports. Thank you to everyone for being here and for providing such comprehensive reports. It's really helpful to us. Next up on the agenda, I need to take public comment. I'm sorry for all of our updates. Was there anyone, do we have any in the room, public comment for any of the system the updates that we received? Anybody online?
No public comment.
Okay. Moving on to our 2025 annual report. I'll just go over the highlights. The full report is included in the agenda packet and will be made available online. Some of the things I wanted to highlight this year where the commission had a total of 19 inspection reports, which was the most we've ever had. We still have 2 pending, 2 facilities pending that we hope to be able to present to you in February, as well as several of the law enforcement facilities. This year, OICR took over the responsibility of gathering the data for law enforcement, juvenile detentions, and law enforcement facilities. And that process took some time. So we did not get, usually we get this list like early in the spring, and we did not get the list till mid-October. So that put things in a bind, and we actually had quite a few. Usually we have one or two, and just looking over here, we have quite a few. So we are a little bit behind schedule, and I apologize for that. We just had a tremendous amount of work this year. We also added this year just a little update about our closed facilities. The grand jury this year did a report on our facilities, and so we felt that we probably should have been covering this just to give an update in some formal record of the status of these facilities. So if we count those updates, that was a total of 21 reports that were due this year. Our monthly meetings and annual retreat, we held 11 regular monthly meetings and 1 retreat. The retreat was held in both closed session and open to the public. During closed session, we were able to hold a listening session with youth from our SYTF program, our SOAR program, and I think that was both informative and helped our newest commissioners get a better understanding of the programs and services we offer and the youth that we serve. So a big thank you to probation for allowing that to happen. That was wonderful. A couple other accomplishments this year is we founded the California Juvenile Justice Commissioners Collaborative, which is a statewide organization that meets with juvenile justice commissioners from all 58 counties in California. It's been so informative. We talk about best practices. We talk about oversight. We talk about new laws, things they're working on, how they handle things, who are their providers, policy, inspections. We meet every month, and I'm really excited about what we've built there. We are on the map. San Mateo County is now viewed as a leader in the state for juvenile justice commissions, and I'm just very proud of that work. Through that work, we were invited to join the California State Advisory Committee on Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention, otherwise known as JJDPC. We are a member of the Legislative Advocacy Subcommittee. So we meet once a month, and OICR is also on that team to inform the statewide organization on various issues that affect youth under our purview. So that's another huge accomplishment, having a seat at the state table where things get decided and information is shared. We continued with our outreach to system impacted youth. We will be talking a little bit later about our first annual Prevention in Action conference, so I won't speak on that here. We have a full presentation on that. We gave presentations to the San Francisco Juvenile Probation Commission, the San Francisco Juvenile Justice Commission on the practice of trying use as adults. And I'm pleased to report that both of those commissions, through the help of myself and Commissioner Bocanegra, passed similar resolutions to ours, opposing the practice of trying use as adults. We also gave presentations. Commissioner Blanco and I gave a presentation to the Jefferson Elementary School District, and we gave a presentation to the Board of Supervisors on December 9th. At that presentation, as you all know, I was honored to receive a award of recognition for my service to the community, which was very much appreciated. We continued with our college laptop initiative, and now probation has taken over the everyday laptop responsibility in the facility, but we are still providing laptops to youth as they re-enter the community because they're still continuing with their schoolwork. And so that's a program that's still going. We did the annual holiday gift bags. A big thank you to everybody who contributed towards that effort this year. It's just to be able to bring the holiday into the hall and to offer support, not only from us, but from the community means a lot. And we couldn't do it without your financial support. So I just wanted to thank everybody for that. And we continued with our Suited for Success court clothing program. That program is so successful. We've now started it in San Francisco. Yeah, so we are really making a lot of headway there. The report includes a brief summary of everyone who served on the commission this year, those that went on to other opportunities, and those that we welcomed. Lastly, there's a list of the commissioner, the commission leadership, committees, and roles that you'll find information about the officers, the standing committees, coordinator roles, and liaison roles. So I think that just about covers the annual report. Please correct me if I've missed anything, and I'll open it up. I guess I need to have a motion to approve the report, and then we open it up for discussion. Is that how we?
Make that motion.
Okay, Commissioner Bocanegra, and then we'll open it up for discussion. Oh, do I need a second before I do that? Yes, okay. I saw you.
I second.
Okay, great. Commissioner Deborah, thank you, thank you. All right, let's open it up for discussion.
Through the chair, I just wanted to add one more, actually two more items to that, and I don't expect to have it be amended or nothing like that, but I just also want to share with the community that we also have a seat at OICR's Education Advisory Committee. I've been asked to serve on that statewide Education Advisory Committee. And locally here, as you all know, I've also am part of the Oye Latinx Youth Conference. I'm on the planning committee, and they always constantly every year put me on the outreach team. So just wanted to add that as well. So we're here, there, everywhere. We're doing amazing work, working together.
Thank you
And
so
with
much,
our partners here
Commissioner.
in the community.
Commissioner Blanco, I apologize for that omission. Commissioner Bocanegra? Just anything that,
Well, I just want to point out that this work is continuous. Anytime that we find ourselves making progress on one issue, another issue arises. But we've gotten off to a very good start in collaborating with probation. I think that this commission has made strides in extending our hand and our collaborative work with probation. And I think that working with all of the parties, demonstrating it with all of the reports that have come through and many of the changes that have also come through is just a demonstration of when all of the working parties are working in unison, that public safety is the winner here, and that our communities are always safer when we continue to do this work together. And that's what these reports are. It just shows a conglomerate of collaborations, not only within the county and its resources, but across the state. And so good work to everyone here, and thank you. And that award was well deserved on your part.
thank you so much.
To the chair, one more thing I wanted to mention was the presentation that you gave on behalf of the JJDPC before the Board of Supervisors on the 9th of December. I know that you were given a little bit of time, but they gave you a little bit more time. I just wanted to share that it was a very robust conversation. The supervisors were very much engaged and amplifying the needs, the concerns, the issues, the challenges that I just appreciate how you rose all of those concerns to that level and to those heights. And I just feel that the Board of Supervisors are just better informed this time around, because when I had asked you, when was the last time the JJDPC gave a presentation, you had shared that it was 2 years ago. We can't let that time go by so fast. There's just so much, as Paul was saying, so much happens. Time goes by fast. We need to make sure that the momentum keeps going. And I think that with the conference that we had on January 7th, that momentum has started, and we're not going to slow down. So I think that presentation was an amazing presentation. I want to make sure that we give you props for that. So
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And just so everybody knows, I think I was allotted like, was it 5 or 10 minutes? And we went like an hour and I was allotted 5 minutes. And I think we went an hour and 15 minutes. So, and that wasn't because I kept going. It was, I kept going to my seat. I even had Supervisor Spear come off the dais and sit next to me and say, we've got work to do. So I was very, very pleased with that. So thank you so much. But there was a lot of other work that went in. Does anybody else have any comments that they'd like to add?
Oh, this is a little bit random, but I think I got like left out on the list of membership, I think.
Well, that wasn't intentional.
No, you're good. Yeah.
Okay, so I will go ahead and add that. Okay, so we'll amend that. So there are some additions. So when we're done with discussion, I'll go ahead and put those into the record. Okay, was there anything else we wanted to add? Anything else that was not included? Okay, all right. So I'm going to be looking to approve the 2025 annual report with the addition that Commissioner Blanco has joined the OICR statewide education advisory committee, as well as the local, the OIA, she's our representative for community outreach. And we are going to make sure that Commissioner Ling's information is included in its entirety in the report. All right, all those in favor of approving the report with those corrections, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Anybody wishing to abstain? All right, the report is approved. I want to thank everybody for your hard work and dedication this year. Yes. Yes, yes. Yeah. Okay. So thank you, Paul, for reminding me. Okay, public comment, please, on the 2025 annual report. Yes.
If you want to take comment on agenda item number 4, speaker slip, raise your hand on Zoom. We have 2 in-person comments. We'll start with Nicole Davis. And you'll have 2 minutes. 3? Okay.
We're all good here. Great. Hi. Thank you. Good evening. Thank you for giving me the podium. I appreciate it. I just wanted to give you an update. I've been coming to these meetings since March of last year with the intention of looking in the direction of serving justice-involved youth. We were preparing, my staff was being trained, and I don't know, the universe sent us 5. And so I just wanted to let you all know that we're running a pilot program now to make sure that we're equipped. The participants that we have are justice involved in more minor. We have one that is a major crime, and he may have self-selected by not responding. We think he may be involved, like further involved in his legal battle. And so I'd like to maybe at the end of this cohort, which will be the end of March, I'd like to come back. Now I would like to invite any partnership or knowledge share that you all have that could help us to be better equipped to do what we're going to do. Again, like I said, it's the ones that we have in the program are more on the mild side of criminal activity, but we also want to incorporate some prevention work that we do with those students who are not. We also want to work toward making sure that those who come into the program, it's an integrated program, so it won't be exclusively justice-involved youth. And so, again, I just welcome any partnership that we might have with the commission and others who serve these youth, that we are doing what we're supposed to do when we're supposed to do it, how we're supposed to do it. So any questions or any collaborative efforts, if you would like, I'm connected with Fly. We're meeting with them, I think, tomorrow or Thursday. We want to make sure that we're providing wraparound services, but also comprehensive care and understanding, and to handle each individual with regard to their experience. So just wanted that update. Thank you for the time.
Thank you. We look forward to working with you in the year ahead.
Okay, and then the next speaker is our Keeler Becca.
Welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, Becca Keeler, and I just want to say thank you for this report. I have been following the commission for about 5 years now, and the difference in this commission in the last year plus is just astounding. And I want to congratulate all of you on it. the fact that you're part of two, the two California statewide organizations is amazing. The conference that you guys did was just out of this world. Anybody that missed it, don't miss it next time. It was really powerful. You guys are all just doing some really great work, and the collaboration that is coming from this across the board with other members in the county that are involved in caring about our youth. It's just something we haven't seen before. I just really want to congratulate all of you, Johanna, for your leadership. But all of you have just done an amazing job, and I'm really impressed and hopeful.
Thank you. No.
No more, sorry. It doesn't look like anybody online raised their hand.
We have one more.
One more. Okay, one more in-person comment. All right, is it Arnold?
Yes.
Okay, Arnold Morales.
Thank you. It's likely there's not very many recipients or benefit from the work that you do here today, but I'm one of them, and I am immensely grateful for the work that you all do. I've been following the commission a little bit the last 3 years, and I can express the difference that it has made for me and my family, and how inspired I am to join in some level and to work with some of you to continue the work that you're doing. I know that the people who usually benefit from the work that you all do are not represented here and probably can't speak often about it, but I could tell you firsthand my experience that your work matters a lot, and it makes just tremendous differences on entire families. And of course, the improvement for the kids that are right now impacted, it's going to be the difference for them and their families in the future, and how they reintegrate, how they prepare they are to be, to face life as it is. But not to make this long, I truly, truly want to thank you and your support, and just generally everybody that is involved with the commission and the other work that is done in behalf of the youth. Thank you so, so much.
Thank you so much.
I think that concludes public comment for item
All right,
number 4.
thank you all so much. I appreciate your comments. Hearing from the community that our work makes a difference means everything to us. So thank you. Okay, moving on to 2026 operating policies. Every year we just update our operating policies. There was no major changes to this year's policies, just some basic updates. So I would be looking for a motion to approve the operating policies as they were distributed. Commissioner Bocanegra,
Second.
Commissioner Ling. Was there any discussion that we needed to have on this? No. Okay, all those in favor of approving the 2026 operating policies as distributed in the agenda packet, say aye. Aye. All those opposed? All those wishing to abstain? All right, so we've passed the operating policies. Was there any public comment?
Seeing none.
All right, thank you so much. Next up on the agenda is our 2026 strategic plan. So it's been just about 4.5 years since our initial strategic plan was drafted. And that was a first at the time that this commission hadn't had a plan like that before. And so what we're looking to do now is to form a subcommittee to work on updating the strategic plan for the next couple of years. And so basically, that's the vision, what we want, what we hope to accomplish, issues, identifying what our priorities are. So I would be looking for at least two commissioners to join in that effort on that subcommittee to ensure that this is a comprehensive report, and then we would bring it back to the full commission. We could even hold a study session on it once we have, like the bones of it, the outline of it, and get feedback from everyone, because everyone's voice should be included. And we may even want to do some outreach to the community, so we get it, so it's really representative of everyone. So basically, this is not an item that needs to be voted on, but I was just looking, I know we have some absences tonight, but I'm really hoping that I'll have some commissioners who will volunteer to help me with this.
Yeah, I'd love to help that.
All right,
Provided
Commis-
there's someone to join me as well.
All right, thank you so much, Commissioner Ling.
Yeah, I can also help with
All right, Commissioner Ten, that's beautiful. Okay, and anybody else, the more the merrier.
I'd love to help.
All right, great, Commissioner Ginevra. We've got our subcommittee. So,
To the chair?
Yes.
I'd like to join too, is that okay?
yeah, that's
is there an
fine.
amount?
It's one,
Let me know if-
2, 3, 4. We're fine. We're not in violation of the Brown Act. We're good. So, look for some emails, and I look forward to working with all of you and putting together a really comprehensive plan. All right, so now the fun part of the meeting is to present our prevention in action conference. I just want to start out by saying that this vision for the Prevention and Action Conference was all Commissioner Blanco's. When she came to this commission, she had been served on the San Bruno Park Elementary School District for more than 17 years, raising, children, being on PTA. She understands education, and she understands students, and she understands children and the challenges that families face. And so when she came to the commission, she's like, what are we doing on delinquency prevention? And we need to partner with the schools. And I'm like, let's do it. So this was her vision. And so I'm going to, first, we're going to start out, we'll go into all the logistics, and she'll give a presentation on everything that went into building the conference. But I want to start out by painting a picture of what happened that day, because I think by sharing the video that was made of the day gives a much, when we provide the information, you'll be able to fill it in. So I'll go ahead and that we play that video. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for playing that video. I'm going to hand the floor. Thank you. I'm going to hand the floor over to Commissioner Blanco.
Happy New Year, everyone. I chose to stand so I can look at everyone. So Johanna, thank you for mentioning very briefly one of my questions. Well, I tend to ask a lot of questions. And one of them was to actually Paul and Johanna about what's the relationship like with the JJDPC, more specifically with the delinquency part of the work of the commission's work. So I said, we need to work more closely with our schools. And the way that we thought about starting that relationship, establishing those relationships, is why don't we get everyone in the room? And we came up with the Prevention Action, Schools, Communities, and Youth Voices conference. And we felt that with the youth voices, it was very important to include those voices because sometimes we don't hear from our students, we don't hear from our youth, and we don't ask specific questions. So we felt that that was a very important part of the work with moving forward with the conference. I wanted to first mention who was on this planning committee. We began meeting religiously the last week of September, and we met every Tuesday from 4 to 5:15. And so I just wanted to mention alphabetical order. Luke from Fresh Lifelines for Youth. Kate, is it Heaster from, she was a former with Fly. Now she's with San Mateo County Public Health Policy and Planning Department. We had Dr. Wesley Hingano with Project Change, College of San Mateo. Edgar Ibarra with the National Center for Youth Law. And Daria, I say her name it's easier for me in Spanish, Larisa de National Center for Youth Law. Dr. Denny Marenko, who's Thornton High School from Jefferson Union High School District. Sorry, just messed up my space. So sorry. It jumped me off. I'll go back to it. So we met every week, and the brunt of the work was having the discussions about the workshops. The planning, the sending out the invites, the marketing part of the work really came second. Everything else came second, but the brunt of the work was having, choosing what workshops we were going to provide. We had some questions that we kept in mind regarding what is that we want our community members, our educational partners to really walk away with? What is it that we want them to think about? How can we change their mindset? What are the topics that we think was important for them to have robust conversations within our workshop rooms? So that's what we spent 2.5 months on. The other folks here on our planning committee team was Jace Marson from South San Francisco Unified School District. We had the youth voice, a Project Change student, Max Morales. We had Melissa also from Fresh Lifelines for Youth. We have Dr. Christian Rubacalba, who's actually here with us in the room. He is currently the Assistant Superintendent of Student Services for San Mateo Foster City Elementary School District, who was just recently appointed to become Redwood City School District's next superintendent starting this July. So I will tell you, it's like having a big party, right? Sometimes we're selective on who we bring in the room. We were very selective on who we brought here to this room. But once that flyer went out, it spread like wildfire. We had people there that weren't even on the list, but that was okay because those were the intentions. That was the intention, to bring the folks that are doing the work. And if they're not doing the work, we want them to be part of the work and to partner with us and become educational partners also with our school districts. And one thing I loved about bringing Christian in was that I knew that he was a juvenile justice ally. And so we need to bring our allies, and the folks are not allies yet. They need to come to the table. And if we don't have them now, believe me when I tell you, they're going to come and want to join this team. We also had Dr. Finausina Tovo, Project Change. She's the coordinator of Project Change at College San Mateo. And then we had Mr. Fred Wolfgram. He is Peninsula High School from San Mateo Union High School District Assistant Principal. So this is what we spent most of our time on. So once we took care of that part of our work, then it started moving and grooving. And the invites went out, 23 school districts, our community partners, which I wanted to mention that were also in the room. We had a resource area for folks to hopefully partner, learn what our community-based organizations are doing throughout the community. We had Kaiser Permanente, who has a Thriving Schools program. We had San Mateo County STEP, and they help our foster youth. We had FACES, based out of San Jose, who they provide a plethora of communities, just resources for our school districts. We also had Bay Area Creative. We're going to try to hopefully bring them to our county. They provide they put a book together up in with our youth who are incarcerated in Sonoma, and we're trying to bring them down here and see if we can get some poetry program with our incarcerated youth and partner them with students throughout the county here. National Center for Youth Law, we had SamTrans there sharing information with their bus. We had the Youth Law Center, we had Peninsula Conflict Resolution. We had a couple of community scholarship foundations. We had Catalino Tapia Foundation. We had also the Rosales Sisters Scholarship Program. We had Nova Works that helps youth find jobs. We also had Fly had a table. We had Redwood City PAL Center. We had Friends for Youth, who they partner with school districts to provide mentoring services, which is so most definitely needed in our schools, especially for our youth that don't have positive role models, adult role models in their lives. Samoan Solutions, we had Faith in Action, we had Live in Peace. We had also Youth Leadership Institute, Today's Future Sound. We had community organization representation from Oye. Hopefully we can get more students throughout our school districts. We had to attend the Oye conference. We had the state program called Cal Kids that gives free money to youth up to $1,500 should they qualify, and this money generates interest. So they have up until the age of 26 to use this funding. So if you don't know, now you know. Make sure you get your youth signed up. Very easy. All they need is their birthday and their 10-digit statewide identifier number. This program comes from the state treasurer's office. We were very fortunate to have that statewide representation there. We also had an organization called Reconnecting Youth, and then we had Center for Responsive Schools that goes into school districts, and they help train their staff and help them give more tools on how they can make more impactful changes in our youth's lives. So those were some of the community partners that we had. We could not have this could not have happened without our sponsors. Back in 2024, I had approached Dr. Manuel Alejandro Perez, CSM's college president. And he said, Jennifer, when you're ready to do this conference, let us know. Johanna and I let them know we're ready. We let them know. We started meeting, talked about next steps. They gave us that space for free. Now, I wanted to share that. I'm not sure how much it would have been if we would have had to pay for that space. But I will tell you, it could have been anywhere between $7,000 and $15,000. So we got to give much love and respect to Dr. Perez on wanting to partner with us in moving forward with this work. We couldn't have done it without him. Then we also, with Project Change, they took care to make sure that we fed everyone breakfast and lunch, and that was a pretty penny. So thank you to Dr. Tovo, coordinator of Project Change at CSM. They came in at prevention champions level. Then we had Sobrato. philanthropies. They came at the community leader level, which was $5,000. Hannah Ma, she is one of our allies now. Sometimes when I tell people, I'm sorry that that we're friends now because now you can't get rid of me. Hannah is one of those people. She does not want us to get rid of her. We also had Artichoke Joe's Casino in San Bruno and Silicon Valley Community Foundation. They came at the committed advocates level. They came in at $2,500 each. Youth Allies was Samtrans, Schoolyard Rap, American Medical Response. We all know them as our first responders, AMR, that the Board of Supervisors contracts out with them. Then we also had National Center for Youth Law. Our Youth Allies came in at the $1,000 level, and Montero Credit Union came in at our youth supporter level, which was $500. Also want to thank Paul for serving as my fellow commissioner, Paul Bocanegra, for serving as our fiscal sponsor with Unlocked Futures. So thank you so much, Paul, for allowing us to be able to make sure that we do what we need to do with this money. And I know you're going to keep us on our toes. So we also had a couple of folks that decided to come in as in-kind donations. My sister, Nicole Blanco, with her marketing consulting services. I want to say thank you to my sister, Nicole. She's 4 years younger than me. And then the County of San Mateo Human Services Agency, they provided all the our printing needs. And then Johanna also with her husband, I forgot because we didn't put the logo on this. We didn't make it in time.
Raz Designs.
Yes, and then we need to give Johanna some props. That website, please, yes. I gotta tell you, I know Johanna and I grew up in the avenues in San Bruno, but talking about diehards, I thought I was a perfectionist. This one, oh my gosh, I really appreciate working with Johanna so closely on this as far as her being our chair, and I appreciate her leadership because I know she didn't know what it was I was wanting to do here through the commission and having everyone's support. But I think once she saw it, she's like, okay, now I understand what you're trying to do. So it just took a while. Sometimes we're visual, we have to see it for ourselves, right? See it to believe it type of thing. I wanted to also thank Annie Mitchell. She's the facilities person at CSM. And with the staff and the custodial, they kept it clean all day. That was a task in itself. Diva Ward welcomed everyone with her nice words to welcome everyone to the campus. Diva Ward, she oversees the grant initiatives for the San Mateo County Community College District. The photography was done by Dennis Menendez. And I think the highlight of the day, I'll speak a little bit on the workshops, but the 4 youth that we had on that panel. I know that someone from our planning committee said, Jennifer, are you sure we want to have them at the end of the day? And I said, we have to have them at the end of the day. And I told her, I said, because I know she had kids and I have 5 kids. And I say PTA breeds leaders, and I was served in the PTA for many years. I made it even up to the county level. But they teach you in our workshops that if you want parents to stay at a meeting and if you want to do like a little presentation with the youth, you have them at the end, not at the beginning. So you can keep the parents to the end of the meeting. So I said, she said, okay, now I get it. We still had 100 people in that room. We had 190 signed up. We had the max of 200, but we had to shut the registration link down because we weren't sure if we were going to go over, but I'm pretty sure we did. I'm sure we went over 200. Johanna put on the website here, this is what it looks like when community comes out for youth. This is the momentum here. This is the time now. I think we're at a place here in our county that this is not a conversation that we're not going to have anymore. I was a board member for 17 years. I've been involved in San Bruno for 30 and throughout the San Mateo County. I go way back. as a board member, we do not have these conversations at the dais regarding delinquency prevention. We don't talk about our youth who are incarcerated and come back out with that traumatic experience. We don't have those conversations. We need to start having those conversations at our school board tables. We had 3 superintendents there that day. We had San Bruno Police Department, Daly City Police Department, Redwood City, San Mateo. We had community-based organizations, we had school districts, we had school board members, we had wellness counselors. I mean, it was just a beautiful mixture of everyone in the community, and it was such a positive vibe, and everyone was there to learn. I'm just so in awe of the day that we had, and the one thing I do want to make sure we touch base on is the workshops. We had 2 sessions of workshops. We had Dr. Kelly Delaney, who works with ALAS based on our coast side. She gave us some information on the history of school. If you don't know why school came about, she made sure that we learned where it started, and why we're at where we're at today. We had 2 sessions. The first sessions we had pathways, not pipelines, leveraging responsive classroom. It was a Fly 5 to build school culture. This was geared towards the elementary school classes. Bridging systems, a community-centered approach to school connectedness and youth success. Pacifica power and position, cross-sector collaboration that works. Financial literacy, economic empowerment, and financial readiness for youth. In the second session, we had project change at Cañada College and in the community. Leveraging responsive classroom, Fly 5 to build school culture, which was the high school curriculum. Supporting educational transitions for juvenile court-involved students. This workshop was presented by Christopher Middleton. He is one of the attorneys for Youth Law Center, which was a very interesting workshop for our educators on how to ensure transferring their credits from when they are in the Youth Services Center and then bringing them back into our communities and schools and classes. The other one was a peer point, an alternative to suspension. And our last one in the second session was dismantling the school to prison pipeline strategies in the San Mateo Foster City School District, which we did have, it was actually incoming superintendent, Dr. Rubacalva's staff that presented that workshop. If there are any questions that you have regarding that day, please feel free. This is the time to ask. I can't stress enough what a positive trajectory our county is on right now regarding this topic and this conversation. So I hope you appreciate the presentation. I hope you appreciated the video that was directed by Mr. Hanna. And I just want to thank everyone as well who was able, our planning committee, everyone that attended, all the folks that said, hey, yeah, we want to do a workshop. Just want to let you know we're planning for next year already. But in our debriefing, I'll just say this last thing. We had a debriefing the week after. We're planning on doing another smaller version of this conference. We're looking to keep the momentum going. We're going to keep the conversation going. And we're looking to do something in September. So keep in tune. So if there's any questions, please let me know.
Before we get into discussion, I'd just like to give a round of applause to Commissioner Blanco, who did an amazing job at putting all of this together for our community and for our kids. This would not have happened had she not had the vision and put forth the effort to make it happen. Thank you for that presentation. I just wanted to name a couple other folks who were in the room. We had a representative from Senator Josh Becker's office. We had Chelsea Bonini, trustee. We had Supervisor Ray Mueller. We had former Redwood City Mayor Ian Bain. We also had the head of the private defender program for the juvenile division, Ron Reyes, as well as Superintendent Bustos and Becky Powers from probation as well in the room. We had so many elected school board trustees and board members in the room. This was a space where everybody made space for each other, and we all learned from one another, and lived experience and youth were at the center of each conversation that we had. There was people crying in the audience. And I also wanted to note that through the generous donations from our sponsors, we were able to offer each youth in the panel a $500 stipend for participating. So that was also helpful for them too. So those were, oh, and the Redwood City Pulse, the newspaper who came out and covered the whole day and went to workshops with us. So I know that Judge Adazadi wanted to be there. She has a very heavy calendar, but we are planning for next year. And so anybody who happens to see this on YouTube, if you want to do a workshop, if you want to be a sponsor, if you just want to be on the list to get the invitation, please send us an email. We also have a brand new website now. So please stay tuned for information there. So I'd like to just open it up now for comments. And looks like Commissioner Lee's here. Does any commissioners want to make any comments about the day? I also wanted, I'm totally, I'm being remiss here. Commissioner Bocanegra actually served on one of these workshops. He was actually in the Project Change. Commissioner Bocanegra is a Project Change student. So he was in, he gave a workshop. So he used his voice to teach others in the room about what it's like to return to the community. So thank you. That's why you see those pictures in the video. That was Paul's workshop. And then he helped me with the youth panel as well, which there's not a person in that room who said that that youth panel didn't change how they thought about this issue. And Commissioner Chin, you were there. She worked tirelessly that day, tirelessly. Thank you for being there. Commissioner Patton was there. Thank you so much. Anybody else before we open it up for public comment?
I did. Okay. I feel bad for not, Chelsea Bonini, Patricia Love, Edith Arias, and Beverly Gerard. They all were there, 4 members of our county board of education. I thought that was very impactful. I know that Beverly and Chelsea are huge supporters of the commission. And now that Patricia Love, she's fairly new to the county board of ed, and Edith as well, but I think they're on board. Now they're going to be they're going to be allies. So this was a really eyebrow raising experience for, I believe, everyone that was there. And Paul, I would love to hear about your experience with your workshop.
Yeah, thank you. So my personal experience was that I have never been a part of a conference like this conference that was presented, and I have to definitely give you your props. I think I reached out to you both the next morning because I was overwhelmed with a sense of accomplishment the day after this conference. I think that all of the invested community organizations and leaders that were present that day had an opportunity to witness what it looks like supporting our youth. Like every youth that showed up all said that they felt supported and they felt like they belonged in that room with everybody that was present. And that's a hard thing to say when you have youth that have experienced a high sense of trauma, complex trauma, and see sometimes law enforcement and leadership, government leaders, as a threat to their safety. And that was not the experience that day. I think the environment, It was set to make everyone feel welcomed there. And I personally felt welcomed as well. I think I had like 3 roles, right? Or 4 roles at this conference. I was everywhere, but my personal experience working with Project Change at this event, this conference, was also emotional for myself. I had vowed that I would not return to the educational institution once I paroled, just because of some of my personal experiences and beliefs. And I'm now a voice for a part of that institution at Project Change. But I want to say that being a doorkeeper for a higher educational door, it's a big commitment, and that's something that I've always stressed to every youth that I've mentored: is higher education is how you unlock those doors that you feel are not accessible to you. And I wasn't taking my own medicine until recently, and I'm glad. I just most of you know my history, and I just didn't want to be back inside a classroom, listening to some of the things that I had disagreed with. And so now, as Project Change, I'm pursuing a law degree, and I'm sitting in there taking in all of the information that was used to take my life. It's weird that I'm now right in the middle of that and learning the mechanics on how it's used, sometimes negatively. But being an advocate for Project Change allows me to be able to share with some of the system impacted youth who feel the same way about education, that this is the path. We've put down the weapons, we've put down our guard, and we want to embrace a higher education and be a part of the community. And this was a very classic case of showing that. And then the panel with the 4 system impacted youth. Many of these kids we've known since they were like 13, and some of them are now, they were 18 adults sitting next to us, shoulder to shoulder, and you could just see the years. I felt the years of compassion and love on the panel. Like, these are kids that we've sat with in the juvenile detention center. We've sat with them in court, and now we're sitting with them in the community. And it's a testament that that there are parts of this community that believe in second chances, and there's other parts of the community that just don't believe in it, that are fighting for it. And I saw that day at the conference. I just really felt like everybody was moving in the direction for our next generation. And it felt really good to be a part of that emotional wave, to get a fresh start on how we see these things. And to all the law enforcement officers that were there that reached out to these youngsters afterwards, I was very impressed with the offers of service that they were offering to these youngsters. And that's what it's all about, is second chances, smooth second chances. And that's what we're going to give them here at San Mateo.
Thank you so much, Commissioner Bocanegra. I just wanted to add that some of the youth that you saw at the end of the video are kids that over the years have been sick, who've been victims of crime, and will call me and say, Miss Johanna, I need help, but I'm not calling the police. You have to call the police. And that's what I do. But that day you saw those handshakes, you saw this connection. That is so hard to do when you have all of this trauma. So it was profound. I did hear from the chief of the Redwood City Police Department, who was present, that next year they're coming back, and they're coming back with more people. So I'm going to be happy to talk to her about Ron's report. But I just want to say that I think that picture that shows the panel and then the police officer listening, right? That's so so important there. And I think Paul and I had duty driving the kids home afterwards. He took 2, I took 2. And the conversations in the car were beautiful. They said they felt heard. They felt that everybody listen to them, that they were welcome in a space where usually decisions are made about them that they are not part of. So we are onto something. Yeah, the youth had a standing ovation in the room. So I'm just so excited. I mean, what a wonderful way to kick off 2026. We've got big work ahead of us, and we're ready. So,
Chair?
Yes, yes.
I'd like to give my testimonials.
Yes, yes.
So
yes.
first of all, I want to really commend Vice Chair Jennifer Blanco. She came to me with this when it was just in the idea stage, and I'm just so amazed at what it became. And I was able to reconnect with people that I've been working with off and on for decades, really, and saw a lot of people that are maybe working in their individual silos. So it was great to see us all be able to come together under one roof and work together and show, true partnership. Excuse me. And then I was very moved by the young people and how much gratitude they have for Chair Rasmussen and Mr. Bocanegra over there. It was hard for them to go outside of their support circle to name anyone else that really truly cared about them and didn't forget. So I definitely respect and admire both of you for your level of commitment with those youth. And I'm just looking forward to following up on some of the ideas that were spoken about that day. I'm very much action oriented and results, oriented. So, and hopefully we're all looking ahead backwards. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and thank you for being there, and thank you for your wife for being there. This was really an amazing event. Any other comments before we open it up to public comment?
Through the chair?
Yes.
I did not mention Dean Tarana Chappell. She's the Dean of Academic Support and Learning Technologies. She was also part of the team when we approached Dr. Perez. She was on the team and just said, hey, you know what? We're on board. We love what you're doing. And I just can't stress enough with the support of CSM. It just astounded me with the level of support from the top down. So I just wanted to make sure, just in case Toronto watches this, I don't forget her, because there's just a lot of people that was part of this, and everyone had a small part. When I used to be San Mateo County 17 District Membership Chair back in the day, I was in charge of going throughout the county to all of our PTA schools and how to provide workshops on how to increase membership, PTA membership in San Mateo County. And I always love to make references of movies, or if not Disney animation movies, but the one that resonates with me right now with how I feel with this conference and everyone coming to the table was Pocahontas, when grandmother Willow talks to John Smith, and there's like this war breaking out with the white people and the indigenous people. And she tells them that the only time that you two are going to be able together is when everything calms down, right? So she puts down one of her branches into the pond, and that ripple, it always takes that one person. And I saw many ripples that day. And so I just can't wait to see what happens, who's going to come out and start partnering with us, because this is going to pick up real fast. And we're really onto something, y'all. Just want to let you know that.
Thank you so much. We'll go ahead and open it up to public comment.
All right, we don't have any speaker slips. If there's anybody online, please raise your hand.
Oh wait, sorry. Before we do public comment, I just want to say something.
Oh, I
briefly.
apologize.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I just want to give another shout out to Commissioner Blanco and Commissioner Rasmussen. I think it's hard to describe if you weren't there just how impressive everything was that day. Or it's from the location to the folders that we had on every table, to the food, to the workshops, to the tabling events. Everything was so meticulously organized, and it was so genuinely just impressive. So I just want to say I am very thankful for the work that the two of you did in planning this commission. And I'm really looking forward to like next year's commission and then also all of the work that this conference has inspired throughout this community.
Thank you so much. And you worked so hard. She was working the check-in table with the name tags and trying to do homework and we really appreciate everything you do. And thank you for your kind words. We forget all these little details and, we basically Jennifer raised, up $40,000 from, well, if you add our CSM, our food, and the money that we raised, took about $40,000 to run this conference. And she started at the end of September. And the conference was right after the holidays. And as most people know, people kind of check out after Thanksgiving. So it was really nothing short of a miracle. And so we're super grateful. All right. So stay tuned for our next event.
And we
That'll
do
be
have a
posted.
public comment.
Yes.
We'll go ahead and take the public comment from online. Ligua Zingura, we'll go ahead and allow you to unmute, please.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Great, thank you. I just wanted to commend the commission. I am so impressed of how the commission has evolved over the years with leadership from Ms. Rasmussen and just the rest of the commissioners that have come on to change things. It's really amazing. And I am really impressed with this conference. Unfortunately, I had surgery a couple days before I wanted to attend. And, the video you showed was great because I got to see a little bit of what was going on. I just wanted to put a couple of plugs in. I am a trustee for the San Mateo Union High School District, and one of the things I don't want to forget about is literacy. So I would hope that maybe some of the libraries would be included in next year's conference, as well as just a conversation about literacy. I'm also the executive director at the Center for Independence of Individuals with Disabilities. And we actually have funding for transitions out of institutions. So when youth with IEPs, 504 plans, or any sort of disability are transitioning out of being a youth and into adulthood, if they're coming out of institutions or whatever it is, we have funding to help. So please reach out. And then also don't forget about the students that have IEPs, 504 plans, disabilities. There needs to be a conversation about how these students are being served, because there's a large percentage of students with these needs that are incarcerated or part of the system in some way. So thank you.
Thank you. All right, we have one more speaker in person, Dr. Christian. I'm sorry for mispronouncing your last name. I'll have you say it for us.
Rubalcaba.
Thank you.
Was that? Yeah. Good evening, everyone, and good evening to all the commissioners here in attendance and the public. My name is Dr. Christian Rubalcaba. I wanted, both commissioners, Johanna and Jennifer, mentioned like the long list of such incredible partners. You also forgot one really special partner, and that is Rookie. He's in San Mateo. He's a really famous dog who really comes around our middle schools. And I can tell you, restorative justice, even with animals, so even with canines. So, and he was featured in one of the pictures up there. But my comments are really two major things. One of them is just want to thank Commissioners Johanna and Jennifer for your absolute heart that you poured into this. When I signed up for the planning committee, I didn't know what I was getting into. I just knew the topic really spoke to my heart, because I know firsthand the power of believing in our children and in their beauty and in their abilities, and the work that can happen when we all come together around one, central issue, which is supporting our students no matter their backgrounds, no matter their culture, no matter their ethnicity, because each of them matters and each of them has this brilliant power to move mountains, right? And when we believe in them, they perform, right? And so that really drew me to this. But again, I had no idea how much fun I was gonna have. This was done all virtually. I created the Zoom account for the team. And I still recall, that in-person dinner, that first, it's like blind dating. You plan and you're going somewhere, right? And you like the path. But I didn't know who I was gonna meet. I really just only knew Jennifer Blanco. But I cannot tell you just how, entering this dinner before the event, when we had a lot of work ahead that evening, I felt like I entered a family I knew but never met in person, because everyone was just like so warm and welcoming and pro-child and pro-kid and pro-student. And we were coming around with these really powerful conversations about what we do in our work context. And secondly, so I want to thank, the both of you for offering that space, because you modeled what we want to create in our school. You modeled what we want to create in politics, right? And, and how we work with one another in these commissions, right? Not just here, but across the board. So many, many thanks for that and for that opportunity. Second, as you heard earlier from Jennifer's report, the San Mateo Foster City School District team did present on restorative justice and how we implement that in our schools, San Mateo. And, oftentimes you'll hear a lot about how important it is to offer, early good childcare, right? In the early years, good kinder, instruction, and good transitional kinder, and a strong preschool program to help with academics. Well, guess what? The same thing applies to restorative justice and restorative practices. You cannot inject these in high school because it's just too late. You have to start from the very beginning, right? And I think this conference is a testament to the power of starting from the very beginning as early as possible, because it is a kind of conference that changes minds and changes hearts, and I do believe that it achieved that goal, and it's the beginning of something really beautiful and something greater than we can ever imagine. So I just want to congratulate you all for just such a wonderful start to this really long journey that I hope to be a part of. Well, thank you.
Thank you so much. And we cannot be more thrilled that you are going to be our superintendent in Redwood City. We are so lucky to have you, and thank you for choosing us and choosing our kids. We'll call for the last public comment, and then I have one that I received via email.
I don't think we have any more.
Okay, so I will go ahead and read a public comment that we received via email. It's from Edith Arias. She is a trustee with the San Mateo County Board of Education. She serves District 3. And she says, "Dear JJDPC Chair and Commission members, I hope you are doing well. I want to commend you and all the team for the organization for the first annual Prevention and Action Schools, Communities, and Youth Voices Conference, especially to Commissioner Jennifer Blanco for dreaming and pushing to have this important collaboration, conversation, and awareness opportunity about how all systems and institutions in San Mateo County have to work together in order to support our children. Children are anyone younger than 18 years old, and these are students that your commission and the San Mateo County Office of Education care about. I was very thankful to learn new information and learn about many possible services for students and families. The youth panel you had at the end of the conference showed us that we, capitalized, need to listen to their lived experience, their voices, and that behavior is a way of communication when a child feels lost, unheard, or unseen. We need to unite to take action to dismantle the school to prison pipeline. with new ways if previous ways have not worked. Our children and youth in San Mateo are relying in our decisions and actions to better support them. I look forward to being more involved in any support I can bring. Respectfully, Trustee Arias. Thank you so much. So now that moves us to inspection reports and updates, which we kind of covered in the annual report. We hope to bring everything forward at our February meeting, but of course we want to give probation an opportunity to weigh into the facility reports. But we are working as quickly as possible to wrap those up because we do realize that we're already into the next year. So that is the update there. So going on to matters of commission interest. Did anyone have anything they wanted to share?
I wanted to say that I know Whitney and myself who were working on the foster youth subcommittee, and I have been stretched in a lot of different directions, but I intend to get back on that, and I will have a follow-up for the next meeting on that, and hopefully we can connect again, Whitney, get back on that, because I know I've strayed there a bit. So I just wanted to update the commission on that.
Thank you, Commissioner Bocanegra. Okay, if there's no matters of commission, any more matters of commission interest, I just want to make an announcement that.
I'm sorry. through the chair.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. I have to get used to sitting right next to you now. As I mentioned earlier about Oye, so we start planning in September, and so we're full steam ahead. Invites will be going out to all the 23 school district educator partners and throughout the community. If you know of any organization or that work with youth, feel free, please reach out to me, and I'd be more than happy to share the flyer. We have it both in Spanish and English. And it's March 28th, 8:30 to 2 at Cañada College. They are the venue college. And if you like to volunteer, we also have a volunteer component to Oye. Please let me know. I'd be more than happy to connect you with our volunteer representatives.
Thank you so much. So I wanted to remind everyone that tomorrow night, the County of San Mateo is hosting their annual Boards and Commission Appreciation event. That'll be held at County Center here. It's in the the new emergency response building, and that'll be from 5 to 8. So I would encourage everyone here, commissioners, to attend. Everyone to attend. And then I also wanted to just remind everyone that we do have the juvenile justice study session that Supervisor Corzo mentioned at the beginning of the meeting, that's scheduled for February 24th, 2026, and that will be held up at the Youth Services Center. And while I haven't been given an official time, I'm told that these study sessions usually run around the lunch hour, like around 12:30. So stay tuned for additional information that'll be published on our website as well as our county page. And and if our commissioners can just hang around for a few minutes afterwards, we have a task that we need everyone to do. Okay, so it is now, with that, it's 7:05 and the meeting is adjourned. Thank you all so much.